afternoon to you. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I think I'm okay. It's not that cold anymore.
Mm.
Okay, and it's a Saturday. Oh, but there was one disappointment that happened to me this morning.
What kind of things happen to you?
Yeah, because a couple of my friends and I were planning to go mountain climbing.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it did not push through. So, yeah, that was disappointing. have
uh,
have you gone mountain climbing before?
I when I was in my 20s, but after I have my kids, yeah, I
Mhm.
couldn't, go mountain climbing.
Mhm. Okay. All right, but hopefully you get to do it. I also wish that I can get to do it too. Okay.
Hmm.
Anything? Yeah. Anything that you would like to share, or that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Mhm. Okay. So let's move to our lesson.
Yeah, I want to study Opic today.
Oh, okay. That was a surprise. Okay. Why Opic?
Um, I want to improve my speaking skill, and there are many questions related to daily life. So
Uh
that's
huh.
why, yeah, I want to practice speaking
Uh huh.
using Opic study material.
Okay. Can I ask you if you are also planning to take the OPIC test?
No, I'm not planning to take a Opic test,
Uh
but
huh.
who knows? Yeah, if I
Yeah.
study all materials,
Mhm.
Opic materials at Mint, yeah, I might, yeah, take a test.
Yeah. Okay. If I am going to be completely honest about it, among all the special courses that we have, OPIC, IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, I most most often recommend OPIC to my students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not only because of the types of questions that you get to answer in this test, but also because it is the easiest type of
Mm-hmm.
exam.
Mm-hmm.
And no worries, I will share with you some some pointers that the speaker, okay, the OPIC speaker said to us when we had our training for OPIC. Yeah, last year we were in a training camp for OPIC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the speaker who trained us is also the examiner from ACTFL. Yeah,
Examiner what?
ACTFL is the examiner from ACTFL. Are you familiar with this? ACTFL. They are the ones who give the OPIC test and grade the OPIC
Mm-hmm.
exam. Okay, so he gave a lot of pointers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so wait a second, which one would be the OPIC
Basic.
basic? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
hold on a bit.
And
Okay, when did you start? Oh, go ahead.
mm, ah, uh, last week I studied this study material, Opic,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's my second time to study, yeah, Opic.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when I haven't taken a topic test, so I don't know. Uh, yeah, while I'm taking a test, I
Mhm.
can see the question, or just I can hear the question and I have to answer it.
Okay. In the actual test, there will
Hmm.
be an avatar. Okay, an avatar. A
What is
computer
avatar?
generated
Mm-hmm.
examiner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her
Uh,
name is Ava, like
uh-huh.
that. I'm not sure if that's the spelling or maybe like this one,
Mm-hmm.
Ava or Eva, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she will be there on
Mm-hmm.
the screen, and then she will be giving you the question. So it's like you're talking to,
Mm-hmm.
like this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking. So she asks you the question, and then you answer her. Okay, you
Uh,
answer her as best as you can and as naturally as you can, because in the OPIC exam there is no time limit as to
mm-hmm.
how long you should answer a question.
Mm-hmm.
the most important thing is that okay, you kind of limit your answer between 2 to 3 minutes. Under
Mhm.
2 minutes, your answer is too short. More
Mhm.
than 3 minutes, your answer is way too long. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, and there are some things. Okay, have you read what the levelings are in OPIC?
Ah, yeah. Ba
Mm-hmm.
basic and intermediate and advanced.
Yeah, the novice, right?
Mhm.
Novice, which is a beginner, also novice, and then intermediate low, intermediate mid, high, and
Mhm.
then advanced, okay, advanced low, advanced mid, advanced high, and then superior,
Mhm.
okay? Even native speakers do not get a superior level. It's
Mhm.
rarely that they get it. For Korean students, there were already a lot who had gained advanced levels.
Mhm.
Okay, so some tips from the examiner would be you always speak in paragraphs. Okay, not sentences. Okay, for example, somebody who would speak in sentences would be, I am happy today. Today is a good day. The weather is fine.
Mhm.
I plan to go out. Okay, those are sentences. They're good sentences, but they are not related to each other. Okay,
Mhm.
so you speak in paragraphs. I am feeling good today because today is a really good day. The
Mhm.
weather outside is perfect, so I'm planning to go out and have a good time. I was thinking of taking a walk. Okay, I originally planned to go take a walk in the park, but then I changed my mind when I saw a coffee shop and then I decided to just stay there. Okay, in
Mhm.
paragraphs, okay, connected. That's it.
Mhm.
hmm Okay, so
So captions are not written on the are not displayed on the screen, so I have to listen to it, right?
yes, you have
Uh-huh.
to listen to it, but most of the questions will be taken from the answers that you will give in the survey. Okay,
Mhm.
because before you take the test, there will be kind of a survey. Okay,
Mhm.
they will give you are going to fill out something. Okay,
Mhm.
you're going to let's say if the question is name three things that you do on the weekend. So you say stay at home, read a book, go to the beach.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And in the question, because of your answers, they will ask, you mentioned in the survey that during the weekends you go to the beach. Okay.
Mhm.
So when was the last time that you went to the beach? Okay.
Mhm.
What did you do there? Like that. So you at least have an idea.
Mhm. Okay, I got it.
Okay. So can you see this? Can you see it? The choices?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
lesson 17.
Lesson 17, my daily work.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not sure if to, you would want me to time you, or do you want to just speak? Yeah, just speak freely.
Yeah, it's better to time me,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so
Okay.
more than 2 minutes and less than 3 minutes, you mean?
Yes, at least 2 minutes and at least
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes would be ideal.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your question. Okay. Can you tell me about your workday?
Okay. Um, I have three jobs. So first job is a housewife. It starts from the moment I wake up, and it lasts until I go to bed. And second job is an investor. But nowadays, I don't work as an investor because my money is a, a stock. So yeah, mm, but I used to work from 9 to 3 p.m. Uh, when I worked as an investor. And my third job is an online English teacher for kids. And it usually starts from around 5 p.m. And it finishes around 9 8:30 8:30, and It's really tough because I have to keep speaking and I have sore throat. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, when I teach really young kids, like 2 or 3 years old, they can understand what I'm saying, even I speak in Korean. So I feel I I feel um, I get stressed a lot, and sometimes I'm irritated. But most of my students understand what I'm saying well, and when I see them improving, I feel uh, rewarding and fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay, so you spoke for 4 minutes and 12
Wow.
seconds. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, All right. Now, how do you feel about your answer? Go ahead.
It's your job to judge me.
Okay, but you can gauge how you did, right? If you did very well or you kind of hit a rough spot like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Now, if I am going to give you the positive points first before the constructive points, one of them would be your fluency.
Mhm.
Okay, the fluency is there because it sounded like you really know what you were talking about.
Mhm.
Okay, and it was very organized. You talked about your uh, first job, which is a housewife.
Mhm.
This one I was kind of impressed because you made that one your first, okay, and it sounded like it was the most important one,
Mhm.
okay, and then you described it second as an investor, and third as an online teacher.
Mhm.
Okay, so very organized. Next one, you gave, like I said, you gave details. You gave very good descriptions and uh, sometimes even examples. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Pacing was good. I understood everything that you said. You were neither talking too fast nor too slowly. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, some constructive feedback would be, uh, even though it was organized, you gave examples and all. Uh, the last part, most especially, uh, hold on. The conclusion was more on for the third job, right?
Mhm.
So, but most of my students understand what I am saying. But I feel rewarded. Okay, rewarded instead of
Ah.
rewarding.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel rewarded and fulfilled. This is
Mhm.
okay. Okay,
Mhm.
although what could be lacking is that since you mentioned 3 jobs, it would have been better to have some kind of a wrap up for
Mhm.
everything. Okay, not just for the third one.
Mhm.
Okay, and then if you are going to be even more organized, have you heard of this pattern? Prep? Have you heard
Mm,
of this?
no. Prep.
PREP. Okay. This one I'm going to teach you because this is a pattern that you can use in everything that you will do in every question that you will answer for every kind of test. So P stands for point. This one is reason, example, and point. Now, if you have time, you can have pre-rep.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can have you can have point, reason, and example. Point, reason. Sorry, example and point.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, in if you are going to have this pattern for this question, you can
Mhm.
say, okay, can you tell me about your workday? Okay, point. Um, my workday starts with me going to. No, no. Let's not have your answer. My workday starts with my first job as a housewife. Okay.
Mhm.
Reason. Okay. Reason. This is because as soon as I wake up, my work already starts. Okay. I prepare breakfast for my family, the house chores. Okay. And for example, when my kids go to school on the weekdays, I also have to go out and bring them to school and then
Mhm.
wait for them to come home. Okay?
Mhm.
And then if there's another reason, I also consider my first job as one of the toughest jobs because I cannot have some free time since always have to consider a lot of things I have to do. Okay,
Mhm.
and then your point. Okay, and that is why my work day starts and ends with my first job as a housewife. Okay,
Mhm.
now if you're going to consider all the three jobs that you have said, okay, let me tell you about my work day. Since I
Mhm.
have three jobs, my first job is as a housewife, then, okay, as an investor, and thirdly, as an online teacher. First of all, okay, reason. First of all, my job as a housewife is this and this. For example, I do this and this. Okay.
Mhm.
Another was rep. Okay. As an investor, I do this, and for example, this is also what I do. Thirdly, as an online speaker, online teacher, okay, I do this for from this time to this time. For example, I get even more stressed out when my students as young as uh, as young kids do not really understand me very well. Okay, so it's
Mhm.
very stressful. Okay, but in general, even though I keep, okay, this is the conclusion, even though I keep three jobs, I would say that my daily work day is fulfilling and rewarding because I always feel that I am able to handle three jobs in one day. I feel proud of
Mhm.
myself. Okay, something like
Mhm.
that. All right.
Mhm.
So use this one. Even for example, if the question is, what do you prefer, orange or apples? Okay, which one do you prefer, orange or apples? If it's point, I prefer or I prefer apples over oranges. Reason?
Mhm.
This is because with apples I can do a lot of things. For
Mhm.
example, I can make an apple pie, caramelize apple,
Mhm.
okay, apple juice, and that is why I prefer apples over oranges.
Mhm.
Okay? Yeah,
Mhm.
very organized. Okay, so just a little bit more of the organization in your answer. Okay, most
Mhm.
especially the conclusion. Okay. Oh, Elia, right? You are, of course, taking the NS course because we
Mhm.
studied that last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have to say that is also your strong point. I think you are very aware of your vowel sounds already. Okay. Even your consonant sounds. I cannot really pinpoint major lapses in your pronunciation. Even stresses and intonation are in place. So very good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Do you have any do you have any questions?
No, but can
Hmm.
you tell me my grammar mistakes or
Mhm.
the while I'm answering this question, if you couldn't
Mhm.
understand something or there is a wrong expression, then please let me know.
Okay. The one that was really very obvious was the last part. I feel rewarding and
Mhm.
fulfilled. So rewarded
Mhm.
and fulfilled. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't see a lot of grammar corrections.
Mhm.
Wait a second. I used to work from a investor. Mm, I think it's okay in terms of
Mhm.
grammar. Okay,
Mhm.
not a lot of lapses. Just the word form. Okay, word form would be the one that you still have to pay attention to, but I think you could work on using a lot more of different sentence patterns.
Mhm.
Okay, what I meant was if you can recall, most of your sentences would begin with I.
Mhm.
Okay, I,
Mhm.
or it. So you usually follow the like the SVO
Mhm.
pattern,
Mhm.
which is okay, obviously very much okay. But sometimes you can use inversion. Inversion. Are you familiar with inversion?
No.
Okay. Read on it, but I'll type it.
Mhm.
This one, inversion, and then passives. Okay. I want you to look those up and kind of yeah, you study them and try to incorporate them in your sentences and in your answers. Inversion, like for example, Mm, hardly do I have any time
Mhm.
to to have or to keep a hobby. Okay?
Mhm.
Rarely do I get to meet my friends. Little did I know that I was going to like that. Okay? And then
Mhm.
past